Hey folks, how we doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave Wildheart, and in this video, we are going to be checking out the top albums that were released in March 2024. Now for me, March was a very good month musically. There was a lot of things. It was kind of tricky to narrow it down just to a few albums. And if I've missed anything, please let me know. There's a very good chance I have. Also, if you don't agree with my order, let me know. Maybe I'm slightly off the mark or something. I want to hear what you think. But yeah, coming in at number 4, or maybe the honorable mention, we should say, is a band called Shane Smith and the Saints. They released an album called Norva on March the 1st. And in the week of March the 1st, there was not much else that came out that really tickled my fancy, and I absolutely rinsed this album. I made a video about him, about his early music, or about them, I should say, about their earlier song, or some of their early music. And then this album came out, and it's called Norva, which someone informed me was something to do with the weather. A weather front in Texas, is that right? Yeah, someone told me that. And Shane Smith has a wonderful voice. He has a really deep, soulful voice, and the whole album has a haunting vibe. There's a haunting kind of eerie quality to it. I get this kind of empty, kind of desolate fields or the plains of kind of Texas, I'm guessing. That's what comes through my head when I start listening to it. And especially with the combination of the fiddle playing, which is really kind of droney. It's gotten a real creepy drone to it, which actually reminds me a lot of kind of tribal folk music or dark folk. But then you have Shane Smith's voice, which is really punching through. Songs of note, Fields of Heather, amazing. A real nice hook, just a great song all around. And another song that I really liked off it was called All the Way. And this is a little bit, it was a little less going on, a little bit more guitar and just Shane Smith. But his voice has a Johnny Cash quality. When I heard it first, I was like, hey, is this Johnny Cash? Like legit, it's deep, it's soulful, and it's hurting. Anyway, Shane Smith, number 4. Number 3. This was also tricky. To get this order was not so easy, guys. Number 3 is Casey Musgraves. She released an album called Deeper Well halfway through in March 15th. And I did a video on her, but it got copyright banned, which is why we're not putting any music in this one. But her album is a collection of really beautiful songs. And I know I probably say that a lot, but her voice is just so clean, so soft, so beautiful. It's quite delicate, and the whole album has this really clean, produced sound. And she is in a relationship with Rustin Kelly, and she kind of is like the female version of him, or maybe he's the male version of her. I don't know how to say that. I don't want to offend anyone. Well, I'm trying not to offend too many people, let's call it that. But the two of them are both making really this kind of emotional, country-inspired music. And if you haven't checked out the album Deeper Well, then please do it. Stands out for me, the first track, Cardinal. The intro sounds like a Beatles song. It's unbelievable. We're here in 2024 and people are still making music sound like the Beatles. That's the subtitle, the title track, Deeper Well, was the first thing I heard ever by Casey Musgraves. And that is dark, but also comedic. Yeah, the lyrics are fun, whilst also hitting a fairly dark place, which is the best, the ideal combination for me. Other great songs in there, The Architect, I'm sure you've seen that one. I think she released it as well, which is lyrically, it's just questioning everything about who built this world, if there is an architect, or if it's just all luck or random. Really, really cool lyrics. And another song on the album, Anime Eyes. Go check it out. And coming in at number 2, and this was difficult, and number 2, and if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that this young lady, she's my age, this lady has really kind of taken over my life the last few weeks. Her name is Sierra Ferrell, and she released an album called Trail of Flowers. This was only released a couple of weeks ago, so, I'm still getting my head around it. But I did quite a few videos on her because she just blew my mind completely. She's mesmerizing. Her voice is just captures me. The style of her music, I've been reliably informed by a few people, is gypsy swing, which I know nothing about. So for me, she's the best gypsy swing artist there is. I know she's been kind of traveling around for a lot of her life, just playing busking gigs, whatever she can. And it really seems like now it's working out for her. I'm sure it's been working out for her for a couple of years, but now she's definitely seems to be for me, she's the biggest and best thing happening in this kind of, what genre are we calling this, country, folky genre that we're looking at. Standout songs for me off the album, I mean, there's quite a few. Dollar Bill Bar, Fox Hunt, which we released. I did a video on Fox Hunt, which you can watch. And I really like this song called Chitlin Cooking Time in Cheatin County. And it's just, the rhythm of the lyrics is so unlike anything I have ever heard before. And yeah, I'm really excited I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, so I'm still getting my head around it. But she makes this old time sound, which just puts me back into like the old Western movies, you know, John Wayne movies, these kind of movies. It transports me back to a time that I don't know anything about, but it kind of works for me. So yeah, now we get to it, guys. Number 1, the best album from March 2024 is, drum roll, Cody Jinks, Change the Game. Now, I did a video about Cody Jinks up until a few weeks ago. I hadn't really heard much by him. And now I've basically listened to this album over and over again, sneaking in a bit of Sierra Ferrell along the way. Cody Jinks makes heavy music. He clearly comes from a background of heavy metal and is now making country music. But he is making he's talking about heavy topics. So lyrically, he's talking about, most of this album is about addiction, and specifically alcohol addiction, which I'm sure many people, if they cannot relate directly, will definitely know someone who has struggled with this. And it really hit me hard, this album. I don't struggle per se with addiction. I get addicted to things. I can get addicted to things if I'm not careful. At the moment, I'm getting addicted to giving up things, which is probably a good addiction, but it can also be a bit crazy. But anyway, this album is full of great songs. I'm going to go for a few of them just because, well, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose one song and do a Patreon-only breakdown of that song, because I want to do a best song of the month, which is only available for Patreons, okay? So go check out the Patreon, and then you can find that. I'm not sure what the song's going to be yet. It might be this one called Sober Thing. This is a heavy start to an album. A heavy start to the album. And man, the lyrics are hitting so hard. It's just him talking about that he's, what's the main hook is, he's closer to the messed up than the sober thing. Jesus. The album then does get, the second song of the album is a little bit more uplifting. It's called Outlaws and Mustangs, which is really, it does lighten the mood. Which is probably, otherwise you would go down a really dark rabbit hole for the whole way. So he does well with kind of bringing in these more upbeat songs to lighten the mood. This one's called Outlaws and Mustangs. They always come home. Such a cool hook, cool lyric. But then we do get down to the alcohol songs again. These are the ones that really impressed me. Yeah, this song called Take This Bottle. It's he's in it's a duet with a lady called Pearl. I tried to Google her and found her Instagram, but then didn't look much further. She has a lovely voice, and it's about basically a failed relationship with both alcohol and the partner. So where alcohol has ruined the partner, or the partnership has been ruined by alcohol. I don't know. The combination of the two messing up everything. Another great song, the title track, Change the Game. And I watched an interview of Cody Jinks where he was this whole album called Change the Game. And he's tried to say that, you know, he's worked his ass off, doing it his way, not selling out. And now it's worked. And he's trying to put that in a way that doesn't sound like you're a complete dick. And I think he's done it with this album, with this song. You know, he's still very humble. He's still saying, look, I've got all these addiction problems, but we did it, man. And another song that there's a few songs in that kind of topic as well. There's The Working Man, which is basically whatever you do, work hard. And then there's another song called What You Love, which is, I think, my favorite song on the album. I might well do a breakdown of this song. I heard it the first time when I was driving back from a gig. I play a lot of gigs here. I was driving back at like 12, 1 in the morning or something like that. And this song came on. I had the windows open. It was cold air and it was slamming this music in my face. And one of the lyrics was, what is it here? Find out what you love and let it kill you. And at this point, I'd done maybe 75 gigs since Christmas. And it was like, yeah, I get that. Find out what you love and do it until it kills you, man. Nah, I really suggest you go check out that song. Guys, check out the album, Cody Jinks, Changed the Game. For me, that album has changed the game. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Have you even listened to it? Guys, I don't have much more time. I've got to go. But thanks very much for watching. If you like this, please let me know. Give it a like, give it a comment. Or come join us on the Patreon, and then you can find out which song I will do a breakdown of from the last month. We'll be doing this every month, hopefully. So please get involved. Send me requests. Send me songs. Send me artists. Send me musicians. Send me everything. Okay? Keep it real. Thank you.